Hi, and welcome back here on the Senior Network. Brad, let's talk a little bit about hearing aids if we can.
Absolutely.
Tell us, give us an idea of the purchasing process if someone came to see you.
So basically it starts when they're noticing problems at home.
Okay.
So it can be discussions with loved ones, it can be the television being too loud, and there's usually a little bit of a family argument is how it all starts. So we're hoping they catch one of our advertisements or we get some good word of mouth out there. So what they'll do is they'll call us up, they'll set an appointment with us. Usually takes about an hour to 90 minutes of their time.
Okay.
So they'll come in. What we'll do is we'll do an assessment. We'll see what their problem areas are, see what their goals are, what they hope to accomplish that day, and then we'll get into testing. So we do a 3-part test. Most important part of the test is we put them in a soundproof booth. So we have all the right equipment to get a good audiometric evaluation of each one of the clients. So we can give them their results right then and there. We can also show them what the inside of their ears look like. We have a video otoscope, so they can see inside their ear right on the right on the big screen. So we make sure that there's no foreign bodies or obstructions or any health issues with the ear.
Sure.
So after the testing, we can just go over that just right there as a family, and usually they're accompanied by their spouse because that's usually the person who's most affected by the individual's hearing loss.
Probably the person that drove them in there to have it done.
The person that drug them in there, that's usually why they're there. So we go over the results. So it's pretty black and white. Here's normal hearing, here's a hearing loss, here's a medical issue, and I can make a recommendation right then and there. So with AccuQuest, we keep a lot of hearing aids in stock. So as long as they have the right kind of hearing loss, we can actually demonstrate our equipment right then and there. It only takes a few minutes to program hearing aids that's tailored to that individual's loss.
How do you get the fit correct?
So that's good. That's a great question. There are certain people that need to be fit with an ear mold, which that entails doing an impression, sending it to the manufacturer, and then they custom make it. Others can be fit right out of the box. So what that means is they have a little over-the-ear product, which most people have now. And it's just held in there by a little soft silicone dome and a little retention cable that just holds it in there. So different size and shapes of domes and wires and all that just to fit that individual's ear and their ear canal. So it's usually we can fit them right out of the box.
And is it like most products, I'm assuming you have a cheaper one, a more expensive one? Is it price ranges?
That's correct, yeah. So the hearing aids can range in price from a few hundred to several thousand.
Okay.
So really it's about how new the technology is, how many bells and whistles do you want, Bluetooth capability, you can stream them right to your iPhone, they have GPS in them. Wow. They've really come a long way. So the more features and options you want, the more they're going to cost, and of course the better that they're going to perform. Certain people have really big hearing losses as well, so that can drive the cost of the hearing aid up as well, just to make sure we have enough power to get that kind of clarity that they need.
And is it like, and because my ignorance, I don't know a lot about it, so is it like an iPhone? I mean, is it technology that changes and they have to change with technology or over time? That's
correct. So an iPhone, normally you have one that comes out every year, and it's an incrementally better change than its predecessor. So hearing aids work the same way. So different manufacturers of hearing aids will release different products, usually every 18 months or so, and each major manufacturer is trying to compete with one another. So they're always trying to stay on the cutting edge of technology. So there's a lot of research and development that go into hearing aids.
Sure.
So that's kind of what drives their cost is all the R&D that goes into them.
So if people are interested in your product, I'm assuming you have a website?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, AccuQuest.com. So from there you can see all of our locations, you can see testimonials, you can see some of our different products. What's unique about us is we don't carry just one manufacturer. Like I said, the manufacturers compete with each other. Technology is driven by what is this guy going to do, what's this guy going to do, and we have access to a wide range of them. So one manufacturer might be appropriate for one client and then a different manufacturer for another. So we have that flexibility to do that, which is great.
So as far as referrals in the industry, do you find most of your business is word of mouth, or do you work with the medical community, other doctors?
I would say most of our business is word of mouth.
Okay.
Yeah, so when you fit somebody and they're happy, they're going to tell 10 of their friends, right? So that's what we're hoping. So a big part of our clientele is here in Sun City.
Okay.
So they have a very, very connected network in there, and as you guys know,
Sure.
right? So we hope to get, you know, our word spread out that way is really the best way that we find our success,
Gotcha.
of course.
And your role, you are a hearing aid specialist, correct?
Correct.
That's your
Correct. So similar to an audiologist, not the degree,
Right.
but I still have a license through the state of South Carolina.
Okay.
So that involved a practical and a written evaluation, and we have to keep our equipment calibrated and all that. So yeah, we're experts in that field.
Sure.
So-
And as far as like in our industry, I know, you know, with nursing and so forth, there's always ongoing CEUs and training and those types of things. Do you guys have ongoing training
Yeah,
too?
we do that. We do that. So every year you need a certain amount of hours, and it can change from year to year. But generally, I like to do that in person. So there's different online courses
Right,
and things you
sure.
can do. But I generally go to, you know, a convention. I want to hear the best,
Right.
like doctors and professionals in the industry.
Latest technology, like we
Latest
talked about, right?
technology. Yeah, I want to know what's out there. So.
Well, what? Give us an idea of once I come to you and I get fitted and I have, what's the follow-up after that?
That's a great question. So normally we do a 2-week follow-up appointment. So it takes your brain some time to get used to hearing aids. Now you'll hear better right away in the office. You'll hear your husband or wife's voice better. But once you get outside the office and you hear the road noise and all your ambient sounds, what happens is it can be a little bit overwhelming.
Sure.
So to really fit somebody well on the first fit takes a little bit of skill. And what I found is if we turn the volume down just a little bit, it's
Really?
better for our first fit. Yeah. So
Okay.
those car noises and the dishes in the restaurants, they're not as aggravated by all that. And after a couple weeks, the sounds that were very loud to them are not loud anymore. So it really does take your brain some time to really get used to what you're missing. People, they don't hear the birds, they don't hear their dog's nails on the
Right.
hardwood and things like that. And now they're hearing those things again. So we want to make sure that we keep them, you know, comfortable the first couple weeks, and then we start really aiming for precision. So we like to do, you know, 2 to 3 follow-up visits within the first month.
Gotcha.
Make sure that they're fitting in the ears correctly, that they're not coming out. Make sure that they're cleaning them correctly and changing the battery. And you know, after a little bit of holding hands, everybody needs a little bit of help. You know, some people more than others, but
Gotcha.
we're willing to do that. And all of our follow-up visits are free. So
Great information.
yeah.
Appreciate that, Brad. Thanks a lot. We need to take a break.
Absolutely.
Stay with us here on the Senior Network. We'll be right back.